Thank you, Allure Cruise Lines, for welcoming us back again to consult with you on a few more topics to do with your cruise business. And we're going to take a look at expanding into the Mediterranean market and the strategy to go along with that, and also the organizational structure that will help you be able to implement these plans. First, we're going to take a look at the executive summary and the expansion strategy that we have for you. First, we're going to have a SWOT analysis, which will look at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats within Allure and the outside impacts on them. We're going to take a look at the Mediterranean market and what it has to offer for Allure. We're going to take a look at growth strategies for Allure and what they can do to have a place in this industry as well, and to hopefully grow in that market. And then also we have a marketing plan in place for you that can hopefully allow you to implement the strategy and to gain a bigger customer base in this market. And then we also have an organizational structure that we've put into place, and this will hopefully the structure you need to implement these plans.
Starting off with our SWOT analysis, some of the strengths that we find that you have are you have a very loyal customer base, with 60% of them being repeat customers with a high disposable income. There's very strong financials that we've been very impressed with, along with a very steady, healthy growth pace. And as far as weaknesses go, there are concerns with morale issues among crew and cross-cultural challenges.
One of the bigger opportunities that we found for you guys is that there's a large number of Americans, roughly around 80% of people who haven't been on cruises before. So Allure has the opportunity, people like new experiences, and Allure can offer that with the cruise line in the Mediterranean. Another opportunity is the growing population of senior citizens. The baby boomer generation is retiring, and they're looking for hassle-free vacations. And this is a great opportunity for Allure because they can offer hassle-free vacations. That's what a cruise is for. But looking at the threats, right now we are in a worldwide recession, and because of that, there's less disposable income for families to spend on vacations. So right now we see a lot of families are taking staycations as opposed to vacations. There's also the rising oil costs, and there's really nothing we can do about this. The only thing that we can hope is that Allure is able to fill their cruise lines to cover all the expenses. And the last threat, which is a very large threat, is also the current competition that's in the Mediterranean. As of right now, there's over 100 other cruise lines that are operating in that area. So Allure we have to look at the best way to compete.
This is a look at the current position of the cruise market. As you can see, it's pretty well penetrated. This is taking a look at the cruise ship rating to the cruise ship capacity. And each of these dots represents a cruise in the industry. A 6 rating is a cruise that offers lots of features, high-end features, technology, and just lots of things that they offer. And then a 2 is pretty basic. So this just takes a look at where the cruise ships are in relation to these different ratings. Next, we're going to take a look at growth strategies, and the first thing to do with that, we think, is putting up an international headquarters in Rome. I think that's essential because routes are based out of Rome. So then we have an operating office in that area to deal with the customers and all the operations in the Mediterranean.
Which brings us to the next point as to where we will be having our cruises stop along the way. Looking at our cruise routes, we have set up 2 different length cruises. One is a 7-day Mediterranean cruise and one is a 10-day Mediterranean cruise. And we picked places for each one that tend to attract a lot of tourism, which would be ideal to the customers on the boat. With the 7-day Mediterranean cruise, we will travel to 4 different countries and 2 continents on the Western Mediterranean Sea. And with the 10-day Mediterranean cruise, we will be in 4 different countries where the customers will be able to see the varying cultures and history in the Eastern Mediterranean.
All right, as we continue to look at our growth strategies, the next area that we come to are cruise ships. Now there are 2 different options. We can either build a brand new ship, or we can purchase an existing cruise ship. Depending on the size of a cruise ship, a new one, it can cost anywhere between $100 million to about $750 million. So this is expensive. However, this is customers like brand new ships as opposed to a ship that's been in operation for a couple of years. So this is kind of a good, attractive way to attract customers. In purchasing a cruise ship, price ranges can range anywhere from $4.5 million all the way up to $350 million. However, this will take a bit of time due to the fact that a lot of these ships will have to go through renovation and an extensive dry dock period.
In staffing the organization, we believe that international would be best on board, but also having local officers on board in charge of the crew members. And this is largely because of the research we've done. We find that many other companies have the same structure when staffing the organization on board the cruise ships.
A second growth strategy that we propose to you is using an existing cruise line. A way to enter the market would be buying out an existing cruise line. We would then upgrade that ship and adapt it to Allure's existing niche. This could cost up to $800 million in acquisition of the two ships.
Another possible option is a joint venture with an existing company. This is easier for Allure to enter the market. However, we don't feel that this is very feasible because it would be hard to find a company to partner with. After looking at the proposed information that we have been given to you, we feel that the best choice of growth for Allure is to build a Mediterranean branch office out of Rome using our proposed routes and building your own ships. We feel that this is the most feasible way. It's economical and it gives you the most control over your operations.
As far as Allure's positioning in the market, we feel the best range to take advantage of is the void in the mid-range, right around a capacity of 1,500 and a star rating of 4.0. This is represented on the slide by the stop. For price and promotion, we will first penetrate the market by offering the opportunity for free upgrades and discounts within the first year of our Mediterranean cruise line.
A second way to retain customers is through direct contact with the customers, and this is through constant email and mail promotions as well as specials. We will be in contact with them through sending them specific updates, promotions, and specials via email and mail. A third way to retain the customers is through special deals. For example, offering 10% off your next cruise after you refer another customer to Allure. Another example is to offer a free upgrade for a second trip on Allure Cruise Line, specifically in the Mediterranean.
And then how can Allure attract new customers? Alright, how can Allure attract new customers? First, they need to offer competitive discounts. They can provide low discounts that are, competitive with all the rivals. Then they can attract new customers that way. Then we think partnerships with hotels and airlines is a great way to get the new customers as well. When people are signing up for flights, offer discounts and packages with that, and also with hotels that will attract people.
The management structure for Allure, as you can see right here, this structure right here is for our existing operations on the domestic side, and over here is our side to handle the Mediterranean operations. And as you can see, it's simply a mirror image. We just added a vice president for our Mediterranean options, and under the vice president we have directors of finance, marketing, and human resources.
As previously discussed regarding staffing, the specific vice presidents and directors we plan to be acquired from existing cruise lines. This way they will have more experience in the cruise industry, bringing more value to your company.
I want to thank you for your time today, and we hope you consider these recommendations.